Okay, good morning. The compensation plan today, the training we're going to do today is going to take us through how a business associate or a potential business associate will engage with Dubli and the options that are available to them. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the new overlay that's been put in place, the binary portion of it, how the pay works for that piece. And then we will also go through what we call the back end of our business, which is really the unilevel, and it's what I always refer to as our retirement. One of the things about Dubli's compensation plan, and the reason that I'm here, is this is the first compensation plan that we can actually teach an exit strategy. And the exit strategy to a business associate in normal network marketing terms out there in the industry, they'd call it a distributor, has never been taught before, because in reality, in the traditional company, other companies that are out there, you don't have a pure retail customer as we do. And so the exit strategy for our business associates is their financial number. And whatever it is, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000, whatever it is each of you want to have in place, month in, month out, you know it's going to be there whether you're working or not working. When that number, when you go into your back office in Dubli Network and you can see that it is 100% funded from the retail side, the customer side of our business, you're done. I mean, from a technical standpoint, you could lose your entire organization and never affect your income, because the customer side of our business is not part of the genealogy. It's not attached to it. So that is our exit strategy. That is the back end of our business, and that's where all of us strive to get to for whatever that number is. And so what I want to do is go through the compensation plan. We're going to talk a little bit about how our people get started, the benefits of it, what we need to do, and we will take it from there. So let me begin first of all and talk about our global plan, because everything that we do with Dubli is built on the basis of a global platform, meaning that all of our customers around the world and all of our business associates around the world, if they're part of our business, we get paid on them. That's any of the customers that are using anything in Dubli.com, whether it's a shopping mall, the travel portal, whatever other products and services are available to them in the respective countries. And here's a couple of things to keep in mind. We have two portions to our business. One is what we call our localized platforms. And the localized platforms are the countries that have their stores and shops involved in them. Most of them, if you go, you can take a look at them. They're North America, they're Germany, they're Spain, they're Denmark, Australia, New Zealand, and there's a number of them that include those stores. Now, the rest of the world operates on what is called the global platform. And so on the global platform, they're trading in U.S. dollars, or they're seeing everything in U.S. dollars, they're paying U.S. dollars, even though within their portion of the business, many times they'll be able to see it in their local currency. But it is handled on the basis of a global platform. Now, and that includes everything from their memberships, whether it's the premium, the VIP, all the transactions, everything on your organization around the world. You've got any of the commissions that are generated both from our business associates as well as your customers globally, and any other kinds of partner programs that are included in it globally, and then any promotions or specials that Dubli's running. And it is totally seamless. In other words, you're qualified in what most people would refer to as your home country. You're qualified around the world. So that makes Dubli a very, very powerful, very, very unique business model. Now, when people engage with Dubli, there's a $99 fee, and this covers everything we need to run our business. Now, with the enhancements that have been made, and with the rollout of the overlay, what we're referring to as the D2G2, the binary front end piece, we've also added the fact that an individual can come into Dubli for $99. If you're making notes, this is something you all want to write down. It's out in there. It's out there in writing, but this is a new addition to our compensation plan. Somebody can come in for $99. They're called a business associate, a BA by our terms. They have 30 days from their date of registration to enroll and sell 6 VIP vouchers. 30 days. If they do that within that 30-day period of time, they're elevated to the position of team member. So in other words, those of you that are with us, been with us for a little while, you know that generally speaking, the way we set up before is an individual would come in for $99 and then would select one of the two packages that are available to us based on our business plan, which we're going to look at here in a moment, either the $495 or the $2475. This now allows somebody to earn their way to the team member position. 30 days to do that. If they do not, and this is where you want to make some notes, if they do not do that, they go past their 30 days, then the only way to elevate to team member is by buying one of the packages, or the PPA package, as we call it today. So this is an addition for people now on a global basis, even in North America, to earn their way to team member and be able to start developing business on the network side. Now, the packages, you know, are the $495 package. And I'm using some of the old slides because we don't have the new ones yet. So please make note that this right here, the trial vouchers are all gone. So the only package we have available is the 1-year VIP vouchers, and and we have two of those really. We have the VIP vouchers for the localized malls. We also have the VIP 1-year vouchers for the national, what we're referring to now as the national malls. Difference between the two is you get double the number of VIP vouchers in them. So we're going to, for this training purpose, we're going to talk strictly about North America. It's $495. You get your 5 1-year VIP vouchers. A couple of things to keep in mind, and since this is a training, I'm going to take a little bit of time. We're going to go through some specifics on it to give you some ideas on how we can position this with people in the proper fashion. It comes with 5 1-year VIP vouchers. Now that's $500 worth of product. The voucher is our product. It's retailable. It's resold, and that is a product. Now, generally speaking, a business associate is going to use one of his own vouchers. So that will leave him 4. First thing he wants to do is immediately, you know, enroll 4 VIPs. So he's going to get, you know, in their choice, if he sold them off, he's going to get $400 back. And so that would net down his cost, if you want to look at it from that perspective, from roughly $500 to $100. But here's the other thing. All those vouchers also carry a 25% commission, even on their own, that they will use to activate their own VIP account. So that means that 5 times 25, that's another $125 that they've got in commission. So basically their business is free. Now this aspect is going to be important here when we start talking about the commission side on the front end. But that's just to give you an idea that when we're talking to potential business associates, one way to look at it. And it gives them great value. Now the other thing that we have available is what we used to call the TLA package, which is now called the PPA package. And it includes all of the benefits that you see on the slide. It includes the $99. It includes 15 of the 1-year VIP membership vouchers. Again, 15 times roughly $100. That's $1,500 worth of product. The trial vouchers are no longer there. The partner program certification is there. That's the $1,000. It's $995 for that certification training. And this is something else I want you to take note on. The TLA status, or the team leader status, is there. The verbiage, the visuals will go away on the new slides. They will not be there because we're not making a big issue of it. And the reason that we're not is because on the front end of our business now, when we start talking about the binary, everybody starts at the 10% commission because that's the fast start bonus. But in terms of positioning on the back end, that will be available. We downplay it. It is not something that we're going to promote. It's not something that we want the field promoting. Very important. We don't want the field promoting that. It's just a benefit that's there, but it's going to have a different effect on our business as we look at it overall. If you want to, again, if you want to do the math, you've got $1,500 worth of products there in terms of the vouchers. They're going to use one of them, so you figure $1,400 in product. So that nets down the cost to $1,075. You've got 15 when those are activated, another $375, so you're down to roughly $700 in cost, if you will. The certification is $1,000, so you know it's basically, from my perspective, a break even if you want to look at it that way. So But the reason that people will select the PPA package is specifically for their plans to market either to the nonprofits or for the profit world in terms of partner programs. So that's the two packages that are available. So now we have the ability to start at $99, earn your way to team member, start at $495, or the $24.75. Now the only other thing that's important to remember is the only thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that we are purchasing one VIP voucher a month and selling it VIP voucher a month. And what's important here is this. We're in the customer acquisition business. I mean, our whole basis is creating a massive consumer base that Dubli is going to bring great value to them and their families. That's how we get our exit strategy. I mean, that's where that residual income is going to be on the back end, that we can go do whatever it is that we want to do with our families and have the kind of lifestyle that we want to have. It's not about us spending the rest of our lives building organizations, spending all that time to do it. It's about enjoying life. It's about enjoying the benefits. It's about doing the things that motivate us with our families. And so we want to make sure that all of our organization recognizes the fact we all want to be creating a consumer base, a personal consumer base, and if we're doing our own job in terms of doing that personally, and we teach that to our organization, they're doing the same thing, that's where the massive consumer base comes from. It's going to be a very, very important piece of the equation of our business, especially as we build the front end here. So that is the only requirement, if you will, on a month-to-month basis. Now, the other thing that we're going to do now is I want to shift gears here for a moment, and we're going to talk about what we call the front end of our business. And the front end of our business is this new binary overlay. And so when you look at the binary overlay, and we're starting to build our business, everybody is starting with 0 business associates. So you're going to go through the process of explaining to people what Dubli represents, the value that they're bringing. You're going to start signing up personal business associates. As you go through that process, the very first thing that's going to happen is you start developing an organization on the front end of only 2 sales teams. Understand, everyone you enroll 5 people, you have personally 5 enrolled front lines. But those 5 people will be in 2 sales teams only on the front end. And you're going to be able to create an income based on as deep as those 2 sales teams run, the volume that's being generated. Dubli has some matching bonuses for your personally enrolled, and the front end of this pays weekly, which means you can generate some really quick income so that you've got the financial wherewithal to not only take care of your personal bills, but to have the financial resources to continue to build and expand your business. It allows us to have the ability, because we will have what is called a community leg, a team leg. It comes under a whole lot of different names depending on your backgrounds, but the idea is it's us working together that is building one of those sales teams, so that you spend the bulk of your time building your personal team. But understand, your personal team, that second leg, if you will, is going to become everybody else's in that particular organization's community team, because it's you and then everybody else that's in that team working with those that continue to come in below that. So it goes back and forth depending on where the individual is and what they're doing and that type of thing. Also, we will have a bonus pool, a customer acquisition bonus pool. And for November and December, the newsletter that came out not too long ago talked about that percentage right now is 10%, folks. Now, that's 10% of the global sales, and right now the global sales are incredible. And so you enroll 3 VIP customers, that gets you 1 share, and you can have as many as you want. And then whatever shares you have and whatever percentage that represents to the total shares issued by the company globally is the percentage that you will get of that global bonus pool, and it could be very, very significant. So I mean, that's another piece that makes it very, very powerful for all of us as we're building both our organization as well as the customer acquisition piece. Now, the front end works this way, and we're going to do this training a couple of times, and we're going to break it down in pieces, but today I want to go through both sides of it. at least to give you a brush through. And then this, as I mentioned, this will be recorded, so you guys are going to be able to watch it a number of times. I don't want this to come across complicated. It isn't complicated, and we don't want to complicate it. It's really very simple. 2 sales teams. Now, the sales teams will generate what generally is called a cycle. Call it a bonus. It's your first check, if you will. And the way it will work is that you're going to have, if you sponsor 2 people, they come in for $4.95. You got one of them is going to end up on the right side, one on the left side, whatever team leg and whatever personal leg it is. I'm just going to call it right and left right now. Those are your very first 2 people, and at that it generates a cycle. The cycle is based on $400, and you'll earn a 10% bonus on what will be referred to the lesser volume side. Now, in this example, it's equal because it's $4.95. 10% of $400, because it's $400 is the trigger. That's this number right here. So 10% of $400 is $40. So that will be that particular commission check. If you had actually enrolled 2 people, so you're going to have basically $990 on each side, and 10% of $990 is going to be $90. So the balance of it carries forwards, by the way. For example, the $495 and $495, $400 and $400 will be removed. $95 carries forward, so you don't lose it. By the way, the only thing you want to make sure you always do is make sure you stay active, and you stay active by buying that 1 voucher per month. If you miss a month and don't do that, whatever volume carry forwards you have will go away, will flush and be gone. So it's important that we make sure that we stay active in our business, and we should be anyway if we're working our business. Now, the other thing that will happen is this. You're going to notice here it says 15 and 20% on these 2. It means once you sponsored 4 people, personally enrolled 4 people, 2 of them are going to end up on one side, 2 of them are going to end up on the other side. Your earnings then is going to go to 15% instead of the 10. So that same example that I gave you, if it was 2 people, $4.95 on each side, it's going to be 15% of $400 instead of the 10, which means instead of your bonus check being $40, now it's going to be $60. So it's an increase in your earnings capability. Once you've personally enrolled 6 people, and those are your personally enrolled people, 3 will end up on one side, 3 will end up on the other side, you will go to 20%. So in that same example that I gave you of 1 BA on each side at $4.95, it's going to be 20% of that $400 volume, which is going to be an earnings of $80. So you see your check can go from $40 to $60 to $80 on exactly the same amount of volume. So it gives us the ability to increase our earnings based on the production of things that we're doing. Now, there is a cap, a poor little cap here, $25,000 a week, and I think most of us will be able to learn how to live on that. And then whatever volume is left carries forward, so you don't ever lose that. So it's just like, think of it almost like an insurance plan, if you will. Now, here's another thing that's going to make this interesting for our brand new people getting started. When somebody comes in for $495, they're going to be given 4,000 gifted points. They call them points. Basically, they're dollars. And it's going to go on the common side. So the reason that it does that is because if you figure $400, because that's the trigger, if you divide it into 4,000 to see what that looks like, you will see that that means that you have basically 10 cycles that you are capable of doing. So that means you have the ability to generate, if you're at the 10%, 10 times $40, $400. If you move quickly and you get to the 20%, and so 20% of 10 cycles, which is $80, is $800. So somewhere between that is what is being given you as an opportunity to earn. And it's just to help people generate some quicker money so they can move quickly. And that has to be used within their first 30 days. Now that 4,000 points only counts, here's if you're making notes, here's when you want to make a note, it only counts to the individual buying the package. It does not show to anybody in the upline. Upline only will see real dollars and cents being spent. Now, if they come in with the PPA package, the 2475, they're going to get 20,000 points. And that 20,000 points is also good for that 30-day time frame. So that gives them roughly 80 cycles. So if you take 20,000, you divide that by 400, and I'm sorry, you'll see that's 50 cycles rather. So that gives them the ability to earn, again, 50 times $40. If you look at that time frame, is 2,000, so it's $2,000 to $4,000. Again, just to help them as an incentive to be able to generate some quicker income. At the end of 30 days, that will disappear and be gone. They won't see it any longer. And everything will move forwards from there. So that's part of the front end piece too. The first level, and that's, in other words, you're personally enrolled. You have the ability to earn up to 20% on their checks. Now, when I say their checks, it's the check they will earn only from their binary cycle bonuses. In other words, the commissions on the volume being generated on the right and left side. So whatever their check is, and that it says up to 20%, so it's tied to whether you're earning 10% on your bonus, cycle bonus, or 15 or 20. And as you move up, then this moves up as well. So it's another source of income for you. And then you also have the ability to earn generation bonuses anywhere from 5 to 10%, and that is generation bonuses. It's not level. These two, I'm not going to get into a great amount of detail because we could be a long time here. Let me just say this. That could be an incredible amount of money for you, especially if you're building some strong teams. You're enrolling a number of people, and they're successful in their building. But, again, this is designed to reward the builders, reward doers, reward everybody, and even somebody brand new, limited experience, limited contact base, limited funds, has the ability to make some really good income as they're developing and building their business. The bonus pool, the customer acquisition bonus pool, by the way, is paid quarterly. Generally, it's going to be someplace in the 3% range, but for this November, December, it is 10%. And then the matching bonus on the customer side, that is an addition, and that is, as I mentioned, the only requirement we have is the one voucher per month. But if somebody decides they want to buy more than that, let's say somebody says, I want to participate with some of the things that the company's doing, and they buy above and beyond the requirement, any dollar amount that they spend above and beyond 12 VIP vouchers, then Dubli is going to match them on the branding side in terms of dollars that will go into their activation pool. So it's just, again, another way of just rewarding people who are going to step up and participate more heavily on the customer acquisition piece while they're building their business. So those are just some additional features. Now here's just some visuals. This may help a little bit in terms of building your team. This is the right and left team. And you want to make sure that as you build your team, this is going to come this way. And then your bonuses, your frontline bonuses, these are personally enrolled, so this is where your bonuses will be tied to. Now here's how this works on the front end piece. And again, if you're making some notes, this is where you want to make a couple of notes on this. I mentioned to you about the $99, and then somebody has 30 days to enroll 6 VIP vouchers to be qualified as team member. When they spend $99, they will be enrolled on this side of the business as well, on the binary side. They will be technically inactive, meaning they're not generating anything in terms of income, until they've enrolled their 6 VIPs and become a team member. And when they do, then they will become active. Now, step 1 is becoming active. So when somebody is a team member, either they earned their way there or they bought the PPA package, they became active. The next is to become qualified. To become qualified, it doesn't matter what package that they have, they need to enroll 2 people, one on the right, one on the left. Now, in the process of doing that, in the process of building their business, they will earn a 10% fast start bonus on their first all of their enrollments, all of them. And so if they come in for the $495, they're going to earn a 10% fast start bonus, and that's $49.50. If they come in with a PPA package of $2,475, that 10% fast start bonus will be $247.50. And the fast start bonus, as you can see there, is paid. It's paid weekly. And then when you look at it, and here's another way to do some math if you want to look at earnings. I showed you how you start your business virtually for free by using the vouchers in the $495 package. So if you look at it that way, and then you look at this on that $495 package, so they enroll somebody, they got $49.50, they're going to enroll 2 people, so they're going to have $49.50, call it $50 just for the sake of my math, so that's $100 for 2, and then it will generate a cycle, so on that cycle, that's going to be $40, so there's $140 that they've earned on their, enrolling their first 2 people. So I think you can start to see how we have the ability to help our people start to make some money pretty quick coming out of the gate. And that 10% fast start bonus, that's why this negates a little bit about how we were promoting the TLA package, because the TLA package, when we didn't have this ability, took somebody from 5% to 10. Well, everybody starts at 10% because everybody gets a 10% fast start bonus. So again, it's an increase in earnings, if you will, to the individuals that are engaging in the business. And so this will generate their cycle bonus. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is this, and this is just a visual to show you what I was just talking to you about. You've enrolled 2 people, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, you're 10%. You're going to enroll 2 on the right, 2 on the left. That's your 4 people. You're at 15%. And then once you've enrolled 6 people total, 3 will be on the right, 3 on the left, you're at the 20%. So your bonus is either $40, $60, or $80. And that just depends on whether you're at 10, 15, or 20%. The personally enrolled, this is the ones that you've personally enrolled. It's 10%. When you're at the 10%, it's 15% on that personally enrolled. When you've got 2 on the right, 2 on the left, and you're at 20%, and that is on their binary check only. Now, the generation pay, this will become more important to you as you're building your organization and you're moving from team member to team leader, from team leader to team coordinator and sales director, which we're going to talk about here in a moment. And this just lets you know the team leaders will earn a 10% matching bonus, and it's generated down through to a team leader, down to the second team leader. So it allows you, and then it'll show you here, it'll comes all the way down to the first team leader in the leg, third team leader in the leg, I guess that's what I should say. And it's also paid weekly. And as you are moving through the ranks and you're building your business, this is just a visual to reflect how it's paid. So this is a team leader. This is a team leader. These people are not team leaders. This is why our check can be so big. Even though they're not team leaders, you're going to earn a matching check on whatever they're earning, whatever they're earning, whatever they're earning, whatever they're earning, whatever this team leader is earning. And so it allows you to earn on all of them. Team coordinators, now it just increases your depth that you're going to get enrolled, that you're going to get paid on in terms of the matching bonus. So again, with more success, you're going to earn more money. What this shows here, we're talking about 3 team coordinators. Same situation, these aren't team coordinators, so you're going to get paid on all of the checks that will take you all the way down to the third one. So the sales directors, you're going to pick up sales directors, you're going to pick up another generation, and it's going to take you through, it'll do the same thing. Now the sales directors, those start at 5%. It goes from 10 to 5. And then the senior vice presidents, vice presidents pick up a generation, and the last generations are also at 5%. So it's 4 generations for the vice presidents, senior vice presidents, and it includes sales direct organizations. Now this just gives you a little bit of an idea of what this looks like on the visual. When you look at the compensation plan, this is there for you, and this is just a real quick snapshot that gives you what I just walked you through. This is right here where you're 10, 15, and 20% on the binary bonus. This will talk you through the generation matching bonus pays right here. So that is the front end. That is where our people will make some really good money. And the bonus pool is going to, the percentage of that is going to change as we talk about the quarter to quarter, because it will change from quarter to quarter as we move through it. Now, what I want to do is, that is the front end of our business. This gives us the ability to make some really, really good money. Now we're going to talk about our exit strategy, the residual side, because the other sources of income also comes from the earnings that we get off of our personal customers and our organizational customers. The one thing to keep in mind is this on the front end of our business. And again, if you're making notes, please write this down because it is really important. The only thing that goes into the binary overlay front end is the one-time purchase of a package being purchased by a business associate coming into the business. Nothing else goes into that binary. Everything else, additional product packages, the monthly vouchers, customer purchases, any transactions generated by any customers on any of the products and services Dubli has today or future products and services, all goes into this portion of our compensation plan. This is our exit strategy. This is our residual income. The front end is our business building income. And what you want to do is get to a point that whatever your financial number is completely funded from this side with no respect to what's happening on the front end side. And when that happens, just enjoy the island and make sure that people know, that the company knows where you want your money deposited, and that's really it. So on the personal side here of our customers, and then we have the organizational side. On the personal side, hopefully all of you know that what we do is we get paid on any transactions of our customers and referred customers, and we get 25%. So this visual is designed to show you that if you're the business associate and you enroll a friend that's across the street and he becomes a customer, and the examples that I use, this friend across the street has a brother in the military in Germany, becomes a customer. He has a friend in the military stationed in Japan and became a customer. He has a friend that got out of the military, moved to Texas, became a customer. He has a brother in Wisconsin as a customer, and he has a sister in New York as a customer. So what this basically said is the viral growth that will come from customer referrals, all of these people, which this business associate does not know who they are, gets paid on everything they do. Every transaction generated by all of these people anywhere in the world goes directly to this business associate. Dubli will treat them all as if this business associate personally enrolled them. So it's an incredible aspect to our earnings when you think about it, because that is something we can control directly. Now here's a mistake most network marketers make. They don't see a customer as important. And the reason that they don't is because they come from a network marketing company that sold products and services that the customer was actually part of the genealogy. And their attrition rate was sky high, because when the so-called customer, they call them wholesale customers, preferred customers, whatever title they gave them, when they no longer were earning enough money to pay for their auto ship, they left. When they left, the distributor left. When the distributor left, it meant the check dropped, so they were in a constant recruiting mode. And so they didn't pay attention because their whole focus was only recruiting new business associates or new distributors and or new so-called preferred or wholesale customers. In our case, that customer is important because it isn't part of the genealogy. They continue to buy month in and month out because when they buy, it brings value to them and their family. They get cash back. They're not going to get doing the same thing. We're not trying to convince them to buy our product and services because it's taller, faster, the newest formulation is quicker. They're doing what they're doing because they do it anyway. They're buying from the same store, same brand, everything's identical, but they're getting something of value they can't get going direct doing exactly the same thing. So why wouldn't they? And so for us, and I'll speak from how I treat this from a personal perspective, I put the same amount of time and energy into a personal customer on the front end as I do a potential business associate, because if I get the customer, he's with me for life because he's never going to leave the money behind. And if he's interested in the business side, then I got a potential business associate. So it's the same amount of time, same person for all practical purposes until I find out where they're going to go. So do not make the mistake of misjudging the idea of what that customer represents. So very, very important there. Now, the second piece is the income that got, okay, I just got a text that said my voice is cutting in and out. I don't know if we're having issues with GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar. What I can tell you, because we did have the same issue with the business presentation I did Wednesday, the recording that I did Wednesday was intact. There was no issue in the voice. So if those of you that are on this presentation are having any challenges, because I need to get with GoToWebinar and find out why all of a sudden we're having some audio issues, just send me an email. Those of you that got direct emails from me, you're already on my outbound system. I will be sending you a link to this training, because like I said, the recording that I listened to Wednesday was perfect. There was no distortion, no problems in the voice. But I'm gonna go continue to move through this, and hopefully you'll catch most of it. On the back end of our business, on the Dubli network side, we also have the second source of income, and this is where we can earn 5 to 27.5% of our earnings on all the transactions being generated over there by our customers and their referred customers. Now, the team member is at the entry-level position in terms of the business building side. Now, the team member on the back end of our business, and this is where I'm going to create a distinction. The team member on the back end is at 5%. A team member on our binary, on their fast start bonus, is at 10%. But on the back end here, they're going to be at 5%, and the 5% is going to be on any additional products and services the business associate or the team member will make and all of their customer transactions. Now, here's where you got to look at how you build your business. Because as you're enrolling your people, when you've enrolled 3 people, you get a promotion to team leader. As a team leader on the back end of our business, your earnings goes from 5 to 10% because you pick up another 10%. That's the same 10%, if you will, that you're going to earn on the front end as a fast start bonus. But now you're earning on all the additional transactions being generated by the same business associates, so they're buying additional products and packages and services, their purchases, and the customers in the organization. As you build your business, your first 2 activates you, qualifies you on the binary. The third one is going to go into one of your other legs. Now, this team leader is going to earn the difference between what he's entitled at his rank, which is 10%, what these people are entitled to at their rank, which is 5%, and that is 5%. So this team leader will earn 5% on all the additional products and services being bought over here and all the transactions being generated by the customers. Now, what will happen is when he enrolls his 4th person, he's earning 10% on this on the front end of the business on the binary side at the fast start bonus. He's got 4 personally enrolled here, and so as a team leader, he's also starting to earn the matching bonuses and the personally enrolled bonuses on his organization. So he's starting to earn some very good money on both sides of our business. That's why your business plan, that's why when you start strategizing on what you want for you and your family, what kind of business, what kind of income, this is why you want to move as quickly as you can in terms of enrolling your people so that you can, in fact, know exactly where you're going. You can't hit a target you're not aiming at. And this really gives us a great opportunity to create our own destiny, if you will. Now, here's the other thing that will happen. When we help these 3 people enroll their 3, just like this individual did, this individual will get another promotion to team coordinator, which means he picks up another 5%. He goes to 15. Now, the differential is still the same because it's 15 minus 20. I'm sorry, 15 minus 10. The difference is 5, but now the numbers over here are getting bigger. So there's more people coming in, buying additional products and packages, more customers, more customer acquisition, more vouchers being purchased, that type of thing. So on the back end, the team coordinator's earnings is increasing, and that's the whole focus. And then as he starts to build his business on the new people he enrolls, when this team member comes in and it's his front line, then he's going to earn the difference between what he's entitled to, which is 15, the team member is 5, so he's going to earn 10% on this business as it's maturing and growing until it becomes a team leader. Now, when we take this one step further and help these three people who have three, each one of them enrolled three, that's how they got the team leader. So help their three enroll their three, so these people get their promotion just like this one did to team coordinator. When that happens, these three people become team coordinators. This person becomes a sales director. Sales director, he picks up another 5%, so he's at 20. Remember now, all these promotions here are also reflected on the front end, that binary front end, in terms of matching bonuses and generation pay. So you're doubling your source of income, increasing your source of income. That's now on the front end piece, the enrollment side, the binary side. You've basically got your cycle percentage to 20%. Your percentage on your personally enrolled is at 20%, and now you're earning generation pay, either 2 or 3 or 4 generations, based on your rank because the promotions you're getting back here. So it's self-serving to be successful on both sides of the equation in terms of your income. Sales directors at 20%, team coordinators are at 15. The difference is 5, but now the numbers are much greater. More people coming in, more customers coming in, more products and services being purchased, so the sales director's check is increasing on the back end as well. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. The sales directors are making some really good money on the front end. I mean, really good money. And on the back end, if we do our jobs in terms of customer acquisition, that residual income is also growing nicely, very nicely. Now, we're going to change here for a second because the sales director, the next promotion is vice president. Sales director is going to need to have a minimum of 5 sales teams. Anywhere in those sales teams needs to be a sales director, and they get their promotion to vice president. So that means you've got at least 5, you're going to have at least 5 personally enrolled. Reality is you've already got 6 or more because you needed a 3 on each side on the front end to be at 20%. So you're going to have, more than likely, you're going to have 10, 15, 20 personally enrolled to find those people who are really going to go do it, those people who are going to really build that organization. But when you get the vice president, you pick up another 5%, so you're at 25. Differential between a vice president and a sales director is still 5 because it's 25 minus 20. But now the vice presidents have a significant organization in terms of numbers. So all the additional products and services being bought by the business associates, all of the products and services being bought by customers, the additional customers coming online. The vice president has the ability to make some incredibly strong income, and I mean very, very strong income. We're talking about 6 figures plus income, you know, that allows them to have an incredible lifestyle. So, but you know, we're talking about right now how we're building our business, moving through the ranks. The top position is senior vice president, same basic structure, 5 sales teams with at least 1 vice president in each one of those sales teams. Again, you're probably at least 10, 15, 20 wide in terms of personally enrolled to find those individuals that will really be moving your way. Senior vice president picks up 2.5%, so that's where that 27.5 comes from. The differential between a senior vice president and a vice president is 2.5%, but senior vice presidents, folks, have massive organizations, just massive. So when you figure the number of business associates, the number of purchases being made by them and their sales team, the number of customers, the number of additional products and services being purchased, the number of vouchers being purchased, the number of transactions being created, senior vice presidents have the ability to make some very, very powerful income. I mean, income that most people can't even dream of. So this is the dream. This is the ultimate goal for all of us that we want to, you know, drive to get there. This is just a reflection of the lineage, if you will, in terms of ranks and the percentage and a breakdown. Also keep in mind as you build your business, and you get to the team coordinator positions, that you have the ability on this is the back end, because it's on the front end you also have the generation pays, or the, you know, it's through generations in terms of the matching checks for your personally enrolled, and it's 2% for the team coordinators. Sales directors, it's 2%, 2 and 1. Vice presidents, it's 3%, 2 and 1, and senior vice presidents, it's 2%, 1.5 and 1. So, you know, we have the ability now, folks, to make some really, really strong income. A couple of things that I want to say in terms of our compensation plan. We can make this whatever we want it to be. We can also make it worthless. I'm just being really blunt with you. If we handle it wrong, if we don't go to work, if we don't pay attention to our business. It's our business. It's our job to pay attention. Why would we not pay attention to a business that, in all honesty, could make you incredibly wealthy? You know, you didn't have to invest $250,000, $500,000, $1 million into a franchise or to buy into a corporation or whatever. You know, we entered our business either at basically $600 or $2,500, and we have the ability to make that capital back within a matter of weeks if we went to work. So I want you to realize the power that's here. If you look at an individual that comes in, as I mentioned at the beginning, with limited resources, they have the ability to make that cost dollar back in a matter of weeks, even if it took them the month. I mean, where are you going to go and recoup your cost dollar in a month in anything? That's not going to happen. If you came in for the PPA package, you have the ability to do the same thing. Combination of using the products that are included in your package, the vouchers, and or the front end piece, the binary, to be able to earn the binary income, the cycles, the frontline bonuses, the generation bonuses. We're in control here, folks. We're in control here. So do what you need to do, because I'm going to tell you something. If you've been on any of the trainings that I've done before, you've always heard me say this. The one thing I've learned after 28 plus years in this industry is that we've all been let down so often that most people from the industry have quit dreaming. They've chosen to make concessions. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not entitled to whatever it is. They've given their strength away. It was maybe in the past, part of it was our fault, part of it was the fault of the company we were with, part of it was because of circumstances, whatever it is. I'm telling you from where I sit, my personal opinion, from my heart, you're all here for a reason. You have an opportunity to be able to deliver to your family on the promises you've made in the past, but we're not up to this point able to deliver on. This is the vehicle to make that come to pass. This is the vehicle that will allow you to dream again. And I want you to dream big. I want you to dream some of the biggest dreams that you think are just ridiculous. Put them out there, because you will be able to get it. We need to work together. We need to do this together. This is going to be not only an incredible business for all of us, the kind of income that we can make, but this is history in the making. We're going to be able to talk to people about, yeah, we were there when this company went through what they went through, and we were part of it in the inception, and yes, today we're where we're at because we did go through it. It is what it is. We're here now. Let's take advantage of it. Let's work together. Let's show respect for each other. Let's build it as a team. We're part of a family. It's the Dubli family, however you want to look at it. Our adversaries are everybody else that's out there taking shots at us. It's everybody else out there trying to the so-called naysayers. We have an ability to make more money than we've ever dreamed of by bringing value to people and their families. So let's take it accordingly. Let's make sure our people understand this. Let's run our businesses professionally. Let's run our businesses with integrity. Let's run our business in a manner that we're not going to embarrass each other. If we've got challenges, if we've got problems, then let's work together to solve them, because all businesses will have their challenges. None are exempt, and it's up to us on how we handle it and what we do.